This week, at the highly anticipated summit between U.S. President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping, news was given on a variety of topics, from military communications to fentanyl. But even as a key deadline approaches in about 6 weeks, another issue has been all but ignored: Trump-era tariffs on a range of Chinese products. In fact, word tariff did not appear at all in official text of President Biden's post-meeting press conference, or in White House's official summary of 4-hour meeting. More generally, trade issues were only briefly mentioned after the meeting, with Biden noting that he expressed ongoing concerns about the PRC's unfair trade policies. But Biden and his team will need to grapple with the trade issue in the coming weeks before a year-end deadline to complete a 4-year review of then-President Trump's so-called Section 301 tariffs on China. The upshot, experts say, is that these controversial mandates are likely to be extended as is. Given the election season, the chances of change will be even less likely in 2024. D.C. at Venable LLP. Since Biden was elected, the community had been hoping for a reversal of Trump-era trade tariffs. Ashley Craig, an international lawyer based in Washington, D.C., said in an interview this week. But his prediction for 2024 is this: the president will not significantly change the status quo in U.S. China trade relations next year and in the elections. That will not work for his base. The pessimistic outlook was echoed elsewhere, with Nick Marro, global trade leader at the Economist Intelligence Unit, saying any move could be in the opposite direction. Our baseline scenario is that the United States will tighten many of its trade and investment restrictions on China in the coming years, he wrote in a recent note, adding that election year pressures will push Biden to get tougher on China. Marro said this could push U.S.-China ties back into an unstable situation. Biden administration view many in the business community have long advocated for loosening these trade restrictions, pointing out that U.S. companies, not the Chinese government, pay these tariffs. But the Biden administration argues that the tariffs are linked to a host of other complex issues that are unlikely to be resolved anytime soon. Ahead of this week's meeting, a senior Biden official described issues such as trade, human rights and territorial claims in the South China Sea as issues on which we have differences. The official signaled that progress trade would likely depend on China being friendlier toward American companies. Issues such as forced technology transfers and Chinese state controls. It seems unlikely that Xi will move away from this situation anytime soon. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo speaks at a dinner with American CEOs attended by Xi Jinping in San Francisco on November 15. But this week, the trade issue came up squarely in a notable venue, a dinner with American CEOs on Wednesday night. J.